In this episode, I will give you the detailed information of a very important tree, Acacia Modesta, one of the best tree species to cultivate on the arid zone. So I would like to request you to subscribe this channel, to press the bell icon to get the information about Acacia Modesta. Here you see the forest area, that is the undercover of Acacia Modesta. You see this is the excellent canopy of the forest density of Acacia Modesta. Belong to family Mimosaceae, which is a subfamily of Leguminaceae. And this tree is a very important tree with respect to the multi-purpose tree. It is one of the important trees in the arid zone to provide the flowerings, the nectars, the pollens for honey bee keeping. So apiaries are arranged in the forest of the Acacia Modesta. So this is one of the important honey production tree, because the honey that is obtained from the flowers and the nectars of this Acacia Modesta have a multiple health benefits. It is one of the best used to treat the digestive complaint, and the honey is also important natural immunoboost. Here you also see in a wood trunk of Acacia Modesta a number of holes, and these holes are basically the houses, the habitat for squirrels. Number of the animals, the rodents are living in these holes to provide the house, to provide the habitat for number of the biodiversity. So it is a biodiversity friendly tree. Here you see this is the big trunk of Acacia Modesta, which provides the habitat to number of the medicinal plant. You see the Ficus palmata, that is commonly known as the fig plant, is grown on the wood of Acacia Modesta. This is one of the important medicinal plants. The fruit of this plant is medicinally used for the general weakness of the body and also used for the digestive disorder. Here you see the medicinal herbs, that is Stellaria media, which is one of the important plant that is grown on the wood of Acacia Modesta. Is one of the important plant that is used for skin problems, that is used to prepare the natural soap, that is Stellaria soap. This is another important medicinal plant that is grown on the wood of this plant. The leaves of this Acacia Modesta are fed by the goats and sheep, because in goats and sheep, the leaves of this plant may enhance the milk production. Here you see the goat is browsing the leaves of Acacia Modesta. So this is another important tree with respect to the browsing by the animals. The sheep and the goats browse the leaves of this plant. So this plant is also one of the important plants with respect to the feeding and the fodder of the sheep and goats. You see the morphology of Acacia Modesta. The branches of this plant contain the spines, and the leaves of this plant are compound pinnatifid leaves. This is example of pinnatifid leaves. That is a compound leaf. It is a diagnostic character of Mimosaceae family. You see the cracking bark of Acacia Modesta. The bark of this plant is a very medicinal important. The herbal drugs prepared from the cracking bark of Acacia Modesta tree is very useful medicinally. This bark is crushed to make the powder, and this powder is very important for gastrointestinal disorder. It is also used as antifungal, antibacterial, and antispasmodic. Here you see the gums that is produced by the acacia tree. This gum is medicinally important for the backache, for the joint pain, and the gum that is obtained from the Acacia Modesta is mixed with the sugar, is mixed with some other medicinal plant, is used to strengthen the bones, it is used to treat the backache, it is used to treat the neck pain, it is used to treat the joint and knee pain. Here you see it's a very big trunk of the Acacia Modesta. This wood is used for making the timber. This wood is also used for making the doors of the houses. And this wood has a multi-purpose uses. The branches of this plant are used as a fuel wood consumption. Here the wood that is used for timber, that is used for lumber. Lumber is the wood that is used for the fuel wood consumption, while the timber that is used for the household construction. And so it is one of the important trees that provide the wood for bioenergy production. You see that this tree is one of the important habitat for the foliose lichen. The lichens that are loving to the trees and the woods are called as foliose lichens. Lichens are also one of the important plants that are the combination of fungal and algal symbiotic association. So this tree, that is the Acacia Modesta, is one of the important tree which provide the habitat to foliose lichen. See another important benefit of planting Acacia Modesta in the arid zones to protect the soil. So by erosions of soil, by water or flooding, this plant provides a strong holding capacity to protect the soil. So this is one of the important plant that is used for the soil conservation and as a soil binder. This is one of the important tree in the arid regions. The area where there is a less rate of rainfall, you can cultivate this tree to cover the green area. Since Acacia Modesta is one of the important trees that is found in the arid parts of South Asia, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal and Bangladesh. This tree is also found very commonly in South Africa as well, in the desert parts of Arabic countries. So this tree is a multi-purpose tree to provide the home for number of biodiversity. I request all the policymakers, the Forest Department, Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Agriculture and Billion Tree Tsunami in different parts of the world that they should select the indigenous trees to cultivate on barren land, arid zones and the areas where there is no other trees. So you select such type of the indigenous trees like Acacia Modesta to cover the green area by planting such type of the trees.